In February, Mel Tucker was named the new head football coach at Michigan State. Not long after that, the coronavirus shut down the sports world. He joins us now. Mel, you were scheduled to start spring practice in a couple of days when the Big Ten shut things down. What impact will that have, not having spring practice? What kind of an impact will that have on your program?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, that remains to be seen. We're not sure, but when the time is right and things are safe for the players and for the staff, we'll be back at it and we'll hit the ground running.
Spring practice is when you get to lay a lot of the groundwork for any new schemes that you bring to the team. Will you have to be a little conservative on some of the changes you'll make? How much can you throw at your guys if they get less than a month or maybe just about a month of practice time before the season begins?
Well, fortunately, the NCAA and the Big Ten has allowed us to continue to meet with our players with teleconferencing and video conferencing and things like that. So there's been a number of weeks where we met with our players, at least 3 times a week in position groups and unit meetings, installing our systems and our schemes. So we feel like when things open back up, we'll be able to pick up and be able to do what we need to do.
This is a new normal for everybody. How are you and your staff coaching the kids? I know you just talked about the Zoom meetings. Is that the only way? How do you do this?
Yeah, Zoom meetings are a big part of it. Also, we're able to. We have some software that our players have on their phones and iPads where we're able to test them on the material that we give them. And that really helps because, typically, you in a normal situation, you can install schemes and in meetings, and then you can go on the field and walk through, and then you can run through it, and then you can tell right away what the players know and what they don't know. In this environment, we're not able to practice or walk through, so but we are able to test the players on the information that we give them, and they can get immediate feedback, and so can we.
So the fans are right on top of you at Spartan Stadium. It's such a big part of the experience. Do you think it would be a mistake to play games in empty stadiums without fans?
No, I really don't have an opinion on that at this moment. I know there's a lot of unknowns. Right now, we're controlling what we can control, and that's what we're able to do right now with our players. This is finals week for our guys, and so our guys are focused on that. And then beyond that, we'll continue to meet with our players on Zoom and continue to test our players on the material that we give them. And the main thing is the safety and wellness of our student athletes, our staff, and our fans.
Mel, you took over for Mark D'Antonio at a late date, and that puts you behind the 8 ball recruiting-wise. Then you're grounded because of the coronavirus, but you've already, this month, gotten 7 commits. How in the world are you able to do this, and how are you handling recruiting?
Well, we recruit every day, and Michigan State is a university that has a lot to offer, and it sells itself. And so we work really hard at it. This is a fantastic university with an awesome football tradition. We have a great staff, and we're going to recruit hard every day, regardless of the circumstances.
Is it more difficult to foster relationships with your players and recruits when you don't have eye-to-eye contact and you have to meet, over Zoom or social media or other whatever forms you've got?
Yeah, we're very intentional about connecting with our student athletes and with our recruits and their parents and the high school coaches. And so whether it's texting or direct messaging, phone calls, receiving FaceTime calls, Zoom meetings, whatever is at our disposal, we're taking full advantage of those opportunities.
Yeah, it's the same playing field for everybody. Are you working? It looks like you're at home right now. Are you working mostly from home, or are you going to your office at Michigan State?
No. I'm working exclusively from home here in East Lansing. I haven't been down to the office in a number of weeks.
Words that I'm sure you never thought you'd say. How is the family adjusting to having you around so often?
It seems to be going well so far. I got my wife JoJo, the 2 boys Joseph and Christian, and we got the 2 dogs KJ and PJ, everyone's getting along and we're enjoying each other. But when it's safe and the time is right and we can get back out there, we'll be happy to hit the road and get back on campus and coach and do all the things that we love to do.
I know you're very active on Twitter and other social media, but this is Motivation Monday for you. What's your challenge to the Spartan fans this week and to your team?
Well, this week we just want to continue to social distance and, wash our hands and not touch our faces and do everything that we can to keep our families safe and keep others safe. Continue to stay encouraged and think about others. Continue to try to connect, and we'll get through this thing together. I'm sure when the time is right and everything is safe, we'll come out of this thing better for it, and we'll hit the ground running.
I know the governor asked coaches like yourself to come out with that message. How important is it that leaders like yourself are continuing to push that agenda and that message about staying safe and social distancing?
I think it's critically important. People want to know what we think as leaders, and what we believe in, and obviously the safety and wellness of our student athletes, our fans, our families, our staff. That's the number one priority. And as much as we can do, the more we can do to promote that and do that publicly, the better for us.
This has been anything but normal since you took over. How much are you yearning to be able to get your guys all together and get them through a practice, get that whistle back in your mouth and yell a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'll only raise my voice in enthusiasm, but I'm certainly looking forward to getting back out there when the time is right. Right now, we're preparing for that time whenever that comes, and we'll certainly be ready.
All right, Mel.